Hello viewers, and welcome to my question and answer time. This first question that I have is asked by so many people, and especially beginners, and I'm going to address particularly the viewer known as Magical Rice Pudding. Love that name, by the way. And this is in reference to chain stitches, and this person left the question on my How to Crochet Back to Basics series on the chain stitch. And he says, or she, rice pudding, who knows if they're he or she, right? Well, anyway, they say, I've been practicing and the first 5 or 6 chain stitches look good, but they get too big after that. Any tips? Well, I've already answered in a written response on the comment, but it needs to be addressed. You need to practice, and that's all it takes. Is practice, 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 practice. But another thing you might want to do is go back to my video that shows you how to hold the hook and use the tension. And that tension is when you wrap the yarn around your fingers. There's people that do their tension different ways, but as long as you have a consistent tension, your stitches are more likely to be consistent in size. And also, if you watch the how to make the chain stitch video a little more slowly, don't have anything in your hand, don't work it while you're watching it, just watch the video and watch how I do it, and watch that a couple times, and then pick up your hook and your yarn and then follow along, because when you're looking at your hands you might miss something. And I do show you that you want to make your loops the size of your hook. You determined your loop size by the hook. This shaft part of your hook right here, that determines the size of your loops. And if your loops are too loose, they're going to get bigger and bigger. Another thing about chain stitching is that they do affect each other. One chain will affect the other. So if you have like one big loop, I just made one in the middle of the chain, it's a little bigger than the rest, and you pull on the other chains, as you pull on it the other chains get bigger too, see? And when you make one bigger than the other, the stitches get twisted. I just did this while we were sitting here talking. So this can happen, and like I said, it just takes practice. So I know it gets frustrating and everything, and some people leave some negative comments because they're frustrated, and I understand that. Other people are just rude, and I'll just delete those comments. So, you know, that's nothing, because they didn't intend on learning to crochet when they came to my video anyway. But for those who are really trying and and speak out in frustration, that's understandable. So I just want to let you know. Also, people have been asking me, telling me I go too fast or I go too slow. I am trying my best to do a consistent pace where you can follow along. And please pause and rewind. And if you still can't get it, go to your local yarn shop, your hobby store, find somebody that knows how to knit or crochet. Look in the newspaper and in the phone book for places that have how to crochet workshops. A lot of times your community center will have a crochet club, a knitting and crochet club, that will have people that will be willing to teach you. A lot of times at the library, there'll be people at the library that are gonna know how to crochet. So I try my best to do what I can on video, but there's nothing like the one-on-one person, because I can't see what you're doing with your hands unless you send me a video of your hands crocheting and making the mistake. I can't see what that mistake is. So I really want to help you, but sometimes I think a live person will be the best bet. So I not only answered Magical Rice Pudding's question, but I'm also referring to other questions that are asked. I'm going to address another thing. Asking me if I have a pattern for this or a pattern for that. I don't want to be your personal Google search bar. That's what Google's for. So you go into Google search, you type in free crochet patterns, and you'll find several different websites that have free crochet patterns. Ravelry, what a wonderful website. Go to that website. That is a whole community of knitters and crocheters. They have forums. I am often on the Learn Crochet forum, and my status on Learn Crochet is Jedi Knight. So, excuse me, if you see the JK before my name, it's not that I'm just kidding. It means I'm a Jedi Knight. That means I'm pretty good at crochet. I'm a pretty good expert. I know pretty much all there is, except for I am not professionally trained. So let's go on with that. So, you know, please check out Ravelry. It is a wonderful, wonderful place to join. It's free. It's a social network, but it has free patterns. It talks, you can find, if you want to find out about a new yarn, you go on there. If you want to find about tools, they have a discussion about that. They have a search engine. You go on and find any pattern you ever want to find. There's a place to record your stash for your yarn. Oh my goodness. This was going to just be a simple question and answer video on making the chain, but I'm turning it into an advertisement for Ravelry. But I can't say enough about that website. And there's another forum group called Crochetville.com, and they have wonderful people on there too. And actually Crochetville has a forum on Ravelry, so they cross paths. You know, I was pointing out to Michael on Mikeyssmail that one of the people on Ravelry was asking about loom knitting question, and I referred him to it's called the Crochet Crowd now, but his videos were originally put on Mikeyssmail, and so I referred him to him, and he goes, well, I just met him at the Creative Festival in Canada, and I picked up one of his CDs. So, and you know, I love it when our circles cross. You know, everybody relates to everybody else in some way or another. So, well, I'm rambling on, so I'm going to stop talking now and end this video. So, happy crocheting, and please don't be afraid to ask me questions. Just do it nicely. See you later.